to get settled in. Our service is about to begin in just a few moments. It is our sincere prayer that the music, the meditation, and the message will uplift you and inspire you to become the light of the world that you have come here to be. We invite you to come and visit us in person. We would love to meet you. And we invite you to also visit our website at www.unityofcitrus.org. Have a blessed day.
Step up with a light heart, shine it all around, do your part. With a word like a prayer, send it out everywhere, it will grow. And the truth of this force leads us back to the source we all know. Live out the best of your life. Live out the best of your life. Take a chance, reap the reward. It's yours to be had, what you're looking for. Make it all as you go along. No one can say what's right or what's wrong. With a word like a prayer, send it out everywhere, it will grow. And the truth of this force leads us back to the source we all know. Live out the best of your life. 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 With a word like a prayer, send it out everywhere, it will grow, it will grow. And the truth of this force leads us back to the source we all know, we all know it. With a word like a prayer, send it out everywhere, it will grow, it will grow. And the truth of this force leads us back to the source we all know, we all know it. Live out the best of your life.
Do we have energy in here or what? So, welcome everyone. It's so wonderful to see everybody here. So, make sure you look at your neighbor and you say welcome and hello. And of course, we have to welcome everybody on Facebook and wherever else. And saying hello to Reverend Luce and Joe. So we have a very special sermon today, or just a presentation today. What were we thinking? And it is our journey in becoming a licensed Unity teacher. So you have the wonderful privilege to listen to Mary, Gary, Rhonda, and myself. So the slides you just saw is Unity Village, just for your information. It's a beautiful place to visit, whether you're going there for credit or just having a wonderful time. So I want to remind everybody that this is the season of Advent, and Advent is just that wonderful reminder that it's a journey inside. And so we have lit the candle of peace and hope, and this wonderful Sunday is love. So I will light the love candle. It really is an inside journey, isn't it? So let's take all this wonderful energy in and pray. This is really our time just to remember who we are. So the first thing that we do is just release our mind in this moment and enter into that inner sanctuary of knowing. We express our gratitude for this wonderful place to connect and share and laugh and join together in reminding each other of the golden light that we truly are. And with this energy of knowing, we just release this energy right here and right now to the entire world. That peace, that joy, that love, that sense of belonging. We are all one. And with this attitude of gratitude, we say, thank you, sweet spirit. And so it is. Amen. So if you'll join with me in the affirmation of oneness. There is one power and one presence in the universe and in my life, God the good, all-powerful, all-knowing, everywhere present, right here, right now, God. Namaste.
I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I am stronger every moment, every day. My mind is willing and my heart is open wide. I trust my instincts and let spirit be my guide. I vow to live a life that's real and pure and free. As I continue walking in this mystery, I surrender to my greatest, highest good. I release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I am grateful every moment, every day. There may be walls, there may be roadblocks in my way, but I can choose to take a higher path each day. And now I know what I thought was safe and sound was only habit and regret that held me down. I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I am kinder every moment, every day. I'm more loving every moment, every day. I surrender every moment, every day.
morning. This is the time where we set our intention for today's meditation, for today, which is still new and unfolding. Allow yourself to relax, if you will. Place your feet firmly on the earth and gently close your eyes. Take a deep, refreshing breath. And as you exhale, be aware of this one precise, precious moment. Feel the love that is enveloping all around you. This meditation is for remembering who or what you really are. You were born perfect in an imperfect world. You are divine. You are beloved, and you are a gift to be shared. You are always beloved and enough, and always will be. You are truly unique. What you are about, what you are here for, is releasing your divine potential, stirring up the gifts of God within you. Set your intention on this brand new day to go about with kind, thoughtful acts, both great and small, extended not only to yourself, but others. We take this intention into the silence as you say to yourself, I am divine. I have the courage to live my truth. I am divine. Say this to yourself again. I am divine. I have the courage to live my truth. Choose not to put limitations upon your divinity. You are divine, beloved, and truly a gift. Awaken and remember that image of you before the world was, your true identity. When you are ready, take another deep breath And as you exhale, know your truth. Gently open your eyes and be aware of this precise, precious moment. And so it is.
Hello, everyone. It was an unusual morning this morning, wasn't it, with the fog and the dampness? Not what I expected. But I do want to make mention of one person that I see sitting here that makes me so happy to see, and that's Ken Norquist. Well, what was I thinking? In reality, I have no idea what I was thinking when I took that leap off the edge of the cliff. I think what caught me here was, I had a girlfriend who said, "Mary, great bookstore, metaphysics, come see." I said, "Okay, I'll do that." The next thing was, "Mary, come to a service." Well, I don't know. So I came to a service. I sat in the last row on the end seat, just in case something wonky went on and I could make a mad dash. But here I am. That first day that I was here gave me an insight onto what Unity was about. And it was when I saw every person in this congregation get up, stand on the perimeter of the sanctuary, hold hands, and sing the peace song. There was an energy that just filled me and flowed through me. I still have it. There are times it's not as strong, but it is there. And you can feel it when you walk in this place. So curiosity was the first thing. Then came the spiritual excitement with the singing of the peace song and Barbara Hill's music playing. And as I sat here, I thought, okay, this is what I've been searching for. You know, I grew up in Catholic. And I can honestly say I'm still a Catholic, because I found that many of Unity's teachings walk the same path that Catholicism does, because it is based on Jesus Christ. So I took my first class with Reverend Laurie Gist, and it was Keep a True Lent. And it was there that I learned about metaphysics and how to use the Bible, looking at it on how it applied in my life. That was a different way of looking at it for me, coming from a dogmatic and creed-driven religion to this wonderful accepting of everyone. But then I fell into metaphysics. And metaphysics to me was like statistics. And I got a D in statistics. The teacher felt sorry for me, so I could pass. And that's a hard thing to understand, metaphysics. And I know that Rhonda is talking about teaching a class next year on it. So those who are interested should sign up for it. But this journey has taken me through Unity's 5 principles, learning how to apply them in my life, to look at them as a real thing, not something out there, but that I can use daily. Charles Fillmore called it a system of philosophy and the discovery of the God within, of applying the message of Jesus Christ in all our affairs in daily life. That's how I learned to use the Bible and apply it. Reverend Laurie said, go home, Mary, when you get called in the middle of the night, take a little pen or a needle on the end of the string, open the Bible and drop it and see where it falls. And that's what your verse is for the day. And I did that many a night as I worked through the years taking classes. She was right about that. And this is where I learned about affirmative prayer. Asking, not begging, not pleading, asking and knowing that I would receive, maybe not the way I wanted it or when I wanted it, but I would eventually get it. And there were many times in this journey when I asked why, I said yes. Why did I choose to jump off that cliff? Was God calling me? Or was it still just plain old curiosity? Because I am a seeker. I love to read. I have 5 bookcases in my home filled with books. And they range through all sorts of religions and odd kinds of things. Joseph Campbell's book on myths. And that's who I am. And it was my curiosity that had me take, after I finished one class, I said, well, I'll take it for credit. What's the problem? I'm paying for it now anyway. And that's how I went through every class. It was curiosity driven. Reverend Laurie would say after one of her class, or before one of her classes, why are you here? Oh, curiosity. And that never changed, because that is what drives me, that curiosity to learn, to know what's around the corner. It might be exciting and different. And that's what unity is, exciting and different. Well, my journey took me 8 years, because I was working full time, really 7, because I took 1 year off to see that was really God calling me to do this. Because I questioned. I drove poor Annie Bumgarner crazy, saying to her, are you sure, Annie, that this is what I'm supposed to be doing? And she'd say, Mary, just listen to Spirit. So, thank you, Annie. But also, my husband supported me in this. He's not a unity person. He is his own person. And I have learned to accept him before that. And that was difficult for me, because I wanted him to get the same thing from unity that, I wanted him to get the same thing from unity that I get. But after 35 years, I can say, okay, he's doing his own thing, and I do mine. Going through this journey and visiting Unity Village and taking that last year of leadership classes, surviving a 800-question psychological interview just to be accepted into that program, I thought, okay, I've come this far. I guess I can get through this year. But that year was very difficult for me. It really was. It challenged me. I had to do a lot of traveling for it. And in that journey, in that testing at the end, I used my 12 powers, those gifts that have been given to us, our strength, our love, our power, all of them. Because without them, I could not have made this journey. And yes, I still question, and I will forever question, because that is in the nature of me. I could say of my beast. But there's just something about unity. And this place, when I walk the grounds and see the spirits that are here and hear what they're saying, this is a place to call home. And I have a quote that tells me how I got here. Love is the power that joins us all. Love guides the heart in some mystical way to our ultimate destination. My saying yes was my ticket to my final destination, that of becoming a licensed Unity teacher. And that ticket took me on many train rides to many different places through my books. That God is in and through everything Unity teaches us. That through thoughts, words, and actions, we live the truth we know. And that there is only one presence and one power, God the good. And if we remember that one piece, there is only one presence and one power, God the good. And remember that every morning we get up and every night when we go to bed, we will be truly a child of God. We already are, but that acceptance and that acknowledgement, for me, feeds me. And so I can honestly say it was curiosity that got me here, and hard work. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary. Probably going to find a lot of similarities between the four of us, some of the things we're talking about. So, what was I thinking when I started this journey? Well, I'm probably like many of you, and I think I can say this, that somehow or another we were facing some kind of life challenge that brought us here. We were looking for something comforting. That's what brought me here. I was a retired teacher and a retired principal, and I know that probably some of you don't do this, but I don't remember what year it was. That doesn't happen to you. It was 2012, 2013. I had a heart attack and required cardiac surgery. It happened on New Year's Eve. It was 2012, 2013, one of those years. And I found myself in the hospital and so forth and so on. And I came out of the hospital and thought, I need something here. I need something. And at a suggestion of a friend said, why don't you go to this church that I found out? It's called Unity of Citrus County. And I sat in the back. Actually, I sat about where Candy is sitting, right about there. Service started, and I was like, what is happening here? It's like, this prayer is not what I'm used to. You know, we are doing this thing called affirmative prayer, you know, rather than begging God and so forth. It's like, that's not what I was hearing. And we were relaxing in this meditation. And at the end of the service, we were holding hands and singing this peace song. That's not something that I was used to from what kind of church that I came from. So I found that sense of inquiry. I wanted to find out more. So I revisited several more times just to find out what Unity of Citrus County was about. Then I saw Unity Basics. What a class. And what a group of people. I started molding this group. Rhonda was in that class. Lorna was in the class. Monica was in the class. Junebug was in the class. It was a special class. And we've all kind of clicked together. And we've kind of been together ever since, you know, as a little clique. In that class, I found that there were a lot of things that I needed answers to. I wanted to inquire, what was this all about? What was this all about? So I took another class, and I took another class, and each class that I took gave me more questions that I needed answers to. That started my journey. And it also started, as we probably all forecast, that started the click, click, click of the cash, the money. And I was on my way. What was I thinking when I continued this journey? We started the quest. Ooh. 52 weeks of spiritual adventure. We began in January, first week of January, and every week we met and talked about some specific topic in the book called The Quest. We started out with about 35 or 40 people. By December, last week of December, at the end of the year, I think there were 3 or 4 of us left. Yeah, it was a tough one. Somehow or another, in part of that journey, somebody twisted my arm and made me take a job in the bookstore, which was actually the most wonderful thing that I could have ever done here. It gave me the opportunity to look at books, to pick up books, and have people feed back to me about what books were back. And it's like, okay, it fed me and fed me. The more I read, the more questions I had, the more answers I needed to seek. Then I went to Unity Village. Throughout my 2.5 years of my journey to become a licensed Unity teacher, I spent 2 weeks in 2 summers at Unity Village over a two-year period. Visiting that place was life-changing. It really was. If you've never been there, you need to take some opportunity, even visit there. You know, it was very costly. Like I said, you know, you had, you know, your classes and the flights and the accommodations and the food and so forth and so on. But it started bringing clarity to my understanding of so many aspects of unity. You know, there was this certain presence there of Charles and Myrtle Fillmore everywhere you went. Everywhere you went, you could feel them. You could feel them there. What was I thinking when I mapped the rest of my journey? You know, I completed my requirements for licensed Unity teacher, which is 20 classes covering a multitude of aspects of spiritual development. You know, I finished many of my classes there, but I also took classes around the area. I took classes at the Unity of Fruitland, Christ Church Unity in Orlando, and along the way, again, we still had Rhonda was many of those and so forth. So we were always kind of close together there. Unity of Melbourne, Lessons in Truth. Online classes. Now, online classes then, when I say then, are not the same as they are now. The Blackboard wasn't part of that program, so it was a totally different kind of online. I only took like 1 or 2 of those. But in those, I made so many connections with people of like thinking from across the state, from across the country. And I did have some that joined in on classes from, I think it was England. You know, I still have contact with many of those people through the years. You know, then the next step after completing those required classes were the leadership classes. Those were 3 sessions. And it was interesting because the 3 sessions that I went to, they were 3 different terms. The same 12 people were in all 3 classes. So we kind of made that journey together, the 12 of us. And we all eventually became licensed Unity teacher, which was, I guess, kind of unusual. And like Mary said, the psychological test. And they still let me in. Then we had to do the SDS, the Skills Demonstration Seminar, which was the written test of all that we had accumulated knowledge-wise, interviews with ministers and so forth. We had to prepare a lesson to present in front of a group of ministers and other licensed Unity. I got the one, will. That was a fun one. And then you sat and wait for your receiving your credentials. What was I thinking when I thought my journey was over? Well, it wasn't over. It wasn't over. While I waited, I enrolled in the Unity, Urban Unity Ministerial School in Detroit. I spent 3 terms there, and then I went to the Unity Ministerial School for 3 terms, and then I said, you know, I need a break. So I kind of stopped for a couple of years, and that's when I moved to St. Petersburg. And being a licensed Unity teacher, I began teaching classes there. I taught classes at Furnish Unity Spiritual Campus and was the education director there. I taught at Unity of Port Richey also. But I miss my spiritual home, and you are my spiritual home. And I returned to Citrus County. What was I thinking when I started this new journey back here with you? You know, I recently just started a new credentialing program for Unity Spirit Group Ministry Program Leaders. I'm taking this class, or this credentialing, with 9 other people from across the country. I started in August, and I'll complete the program in March, and you'll hear more about that after the first of the year. But the purpose of the Unity Spirit Group Ministerial Program is to make infinite connections beyond this sanctuary, beyond this church, beyond you, as you connect with the spirituality in your life. What was I thinking? I was thinking that I brought the best of me to the best of you. Namaste.
What was I thinking? I can absolutely tell you wholeheartedly, absolutely nothing. Nothing. I was thinking nothing. I took the Unity Basics. I came here with Linda Gunn. I'm sure a lot of you know Linda Gunn. And I fell in love with it. And I did Unity Basics, and then I took one class with Mary. And Annie says, well, you better do it for credit. So whatever. And then I took one with Annie, do it for credit. Okay. And she says, you know, you really should go to Unity Village. So here's how I look at my journey. My journey to me is, if you can just imagine for a moment, if you will, a snowflake. Picture the top of a mountain, a snowflake that's so pure and beautiful and glittery in the sun, and it gently falls to the top of the mountain. At the top of the mountain, it gathers with other snowflakes, and it makes a little snowball. All of a sudden, it's coming down the mountain, and it's creating a bigger snowball, and all of a sudden, there's an avalanche. That was my journey. So Annie says, you need to go to Unity Village. So, okay, I will. So I went home, researched it. I got a flight. I got reservations, hotel, everything set. So I come back the next week. I was so excited. And Annie's like, oh, no. You need to go when they're doing classes. Okay. So I wasn't thinking, okay. So I go back home, rearrange everything. I check out when they have their next week of classes. I signed up for 5 classes and flew out. And on my way out, I'm thinking, what am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm not capable of this. Who do I think I am? So the whole week I probably called Annie, I don't know how many times. There were times I'd be laughing, crying, thinking, I gotta get the heck out of here. I don't know what's going on. But sometimes I call it magic. When you hit Unity Village grounds, it just takes over. And there were times that it was so even overwhelming for me. I could just sit like in the little Peace Chapel and cry, not of pain or tears of sorrow, but just this overwhelming feeling of love and joy and peace. So that whole week was just amazing. But I kind of yelled at Annie a few times, why am I doing this? Why are you making me do this? So my journey started there, and I ended up doing 3 separate weeks at Unity Village, and Melbourne and Orlando, and then it came to the psychological. They wait, you know what's, they wait until you have finished all your classes before you go into leadership, and then they make you take the psychological. So, and also another thing that was strange, every time I went to Unity Village, I got sick. I was always sick. Sore throat, fever, aches, cough, sneezing, going to the medical clinic every single time. And I just think it was my resistance, maybe. So all the classes are done. My whole journey was 5 years, just under 5 years. And I take the psychological, and they're like, And I'm like, what? Well, we're going to deem it inconclusive. What does that mean? So, of course, I call Annie again. I'm inconclusive psychologically. What does that mean? So, so I went through some more stuff with them. And they, I guess, deemed me, I'm an LUT, I am a licensed Unity teacher. So somehow I got past that step and I made it this far. And now that Mary said I'm teaching metaphysics next year, I guess I'm going to have to. I haven't taught a class for a while, but I'm going to be doing metaphysics one beginning of the year. So that's my journey. Thank you for allowing us to share. I really appreciate it. Annie, thank you.
Oh my, what was I thinking? Have you ever had this thought? There is definitely something wrong with yourself. So what was I thinking? When I first started attending Unity of Citrus County in 2004, here's what I was thinking. A nagging thought over and over. There's definitely something wrong with me. Perhaps not even worthy. I had thoughts that everyone out there knew, and I was the only one that was clueless. And it really created lots of separation and a real disconnect for me. This thought actually permeated everything I did, and it kind of imprisoned me within myself with feelings of shame, blame, separation, and secrecy. Can't share my wrongness with anyone. After all, it's only me, right? Have you ever tried not spending time with yourself? So this was kind of a circumlocutory prison going around and around and around. Do you know how long my thoughts have been unsupervised? I love this quote by Dwight Moody. I've had more trouble living with myself than any other person I have ever met. So what was I thinking? When I said yes to becoming a licensed Unity teacher, initially I really thought this was the fast track for fixing me, or hiding behind a title, all of my wrongness. Oh my. Instead, inner freedom, greater choices, beginning that journey of embodying every single one of our Unity principles. That principle of oneness. That principle that our thoughts manifest after their own kind. That power of prayer and meditation. And then being that light within so that we can see that light in everyone else. And of course, I've still adopted one other principle, and that's mind your own business. Meaning that each one of us is on a sacred journey. And it's up to us to create that sacred journey. From the revealing word, metaphysically, freedom means the quality or state of being without thought or restraint, bondage, limitation, or repression, having a sense of complete well-being. It is a result of regulating one's life according to principle, not according to what anyone else may think. It was a discovery for me for self-healing, knowing that I'm already whole, right here, right now. Healing restores us to our natural state. We tend to be more aligned with our humanness as opposed to our divinity. Are we willing to be changed? It is such a delightful journey that needs our tenderness and care with bold self-honesty. So I became really curious with my thoughts. I had many thoughts, and my favorite thing now to say, my thoughts are real, but are they stating the truth of who I am? Inner freedom is unlimited, with a complete sense of well-being right here and right now. So this journey asks us to explore our consciousness in every single area of our life. How am I showing up? When I begin having that thought of wrongness, it becomes my special little messenger that gently reminds me to come home to my truth and practice those principles. So my invitation to each of you, not to take classes for credit, I'm not going to say that, but my invitation to each of you is to have fun with the exploration of these unity principles, and know that you're already on holy ground, free and unlimited. Know that our minds cannot transform our minds. Our minds would enjoy being in charge. It is in the art of letting go, a beingness, a U-turn into that inner realm. So shine your light on your inner landscape and soar with the egos and experience freedom. So what was I thinking? I wanted to be healed and serve and remember that it's all within me, asking to be revealed. So when you have any thoughts of wrongness or thoughts that might create any inner suffering, invite these thoughts in as a reminder of our true essence. We are already home. We embody our principles. Practice every spiritual gift you have, as they are unlimited. Namaste.
I was searching, I was looking for meaning. I was wondering, desperately trying only to see I have nothing missing. Who said I have to find who I am? Who said that I am lost to begin with? I am already enough. Everything I need is within me. Each morning when I wake up, I'm grateful for the beauty around me. Life is a gift, I wanna enjoy it. Always proving my worth only destroys it. I am already enough. Everything I need is within me. My motivation can't be validation. I'd always be starving for more affection, the wrong attention, only to feel like I am nothing. Who said I have to find who I am? Who said that I am lost to begin with? I am already enough. Everything I need is within me. Each morning when I wake up, I'm grateful for finding everything to feel. Only I can define what is meaningful to me. Even when I am feeling so breakable, I tell myself to believe I am valuable. I am already loved. Everything I need is within me. Each morning when I wake up, I'm grateful for the beauty around me. Yeah. Life is a gift, I wanna enjoy it. Always proving my word only destroys it. I am already loved. Everything I need is within me. I am already loved. Everything I need is within me. Each morning when I wake up, I'm grateful for the beauty around me. Yeah. Life is a gift, I wanna enjoy it. Always proving my word only destroys it. I am already loved. Everything I need is within me.
We have a slave master in the audio-visual booth. So it's that time now in our service for our offerings and our tithes. So I ask you to take it in your hands and hold it against your heart. Hold it upraised. And let's say our special prayer. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I send forth this gift with my blessings and my love. Divine Spirit, we thank you for this offering. We know it is given in love and received in love and moves through this ministry with the energy of divine love. It goes out into the world as good, into our community and all those places that are in need. That each giver is blessed, for this is the law, and so it is. And we say thank you, God. Now let us affirm our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. The presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Thank you, everyone, for being with us today, and Gary has some announcements for us.
First of all, as we finish the service today, we would like to do a talk back with anybody who is interested to stay behind and just talk with us about our journey, our roles, or whatever as licensed Unity teacher. Let's meet this side because something else is going to be happening on this side. You notice that our Christmas angel gifts are here. And Z has asked if anybody who's made a donation for the Christmas angel, if you would also stay after service for a picture on this side. So like a principal, people here on this doing this side and somebody else is doing stuff on that side. So make sure the auditorium is done nice and neatly. So immediately following the Sunday service next Sunday on December 18th, we're asking that you are interested to return to the sanctuary in a tribute to remembrance to some special loved one that you might have. They'll be making personalized ornaments that'll be placed on the memorial tree here in remembrance of that special loved one. And then the December 25th, the following Sunday, is the Christmas celebration service. We'll be doing a Christmas potluck after service in the Gratitude Cafe, and I'm sure there'll be more information about that in the weekly Wake Up this week. So, with that, I have one final announcement that I'm asking Arbeth to come up and to talk for a moment.
Good morning. I would really like to thank the LUTs. This was one of the best, really, it was really just so beautiful. Mary, Rhonda, Annie, Gary, if you'd step right over here, please, I'd be grateful. This is for credit. On behalf of the board and all of us, we really want to thank you for your service and dedication, for everything you do. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Namaste. Oh, and one last thing I forgot. To wish Gary a happy, happy birthday. Oh.
Thank you. It's like my 42nd anniversary of my 29th birthday, something like that. Something like that. So let's all rise, join hands, and let's close our service with the peace song. Thank you.